name is Jacob Lichty, and today I'd like to talk to you about the Keystone XL pipeline.
Updating you on the controversial international oil pipeline through Texas. The U.S. State Department wants more time before signing off on the remaining part of it. We're talking about the Keystone XL pipeline from TransCanada. While the new Texas portion was hooked up to existing lines earlier this year, the northern portion, starting in Alberta, that had been back in the black there, has been in a back and forth battle, I should say. A decision on a permit may not come until after the midterm elections this November. A recent decision by a Nebraska judge overturned a state law that was allowing the pipeline's path through that state.
As you heard in the video, this is a controversial pipeline. Some people are in favor of it, and some people aren't. I found that 10.6 million barrels a day are imported into the United States at $90.11. This is $965.8 million a day the United States spends on oil. And this intrigued me to go do more research to find a better alternative to importing oil that would cost less. And through research and peer review articles, I found a company called TransCanada who can import oil into the United States at a lower cost. Last year, the United States spent $330 billion on imported oil at $98.11. We get this oil from Canada, which is 29% of our imported oil, Saudi Arabia at 14%, Venezuela at 11%, and we get 8% of the imported oil from Mexico. And this was found from oilecon.com. But a TransCanada company can import a barrel of oil for $48.90. The proposed line is from up here in Canada down through the United States and down through Houston, which will then be then the oil will be produced for the United States. The TransCanada pipeline is very much needed in the United States, with the national rate being 10,486,000 people unemployed. Of those 10 million people, 16,921 are from South Dakota, 38,489 are from Nebraska, 26,691 are from Montana. These states I chose is because this is where the TransCanada pipeline will run through. And these were pulled from the Department of Numbers, these stats. The TransCanada pipeline, as seen here, can provide 9,000 permanent jobs and 42,000 indirect and direct jobs during the building process. This can range anywhere from people who are monitoring the pipeline at the computer screens 24 hours a day, pilots who go up and fly the pipeline once a week, to people who are making bolts in factories or the actual pipeline in factories. This was also found from transcanada.com. So the solution to this growing problem of not having jobs for people would be to pass this legislation to allow TransCanada to build through these 3 states. I wrote a letter that you guys can sign if you'd like. It says, I support the TransCanada XL pipeline. The proposed TransCanada XL pipeline will allow the United States to access safe and reliable oil from other countries. In addition to improving the nation's economic and energy security, during its building process, it will provide approximately 20,000 badly needed jobs and $20 billion in revenue to the U.S. economy. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to hear my concern. And these letters signed would then go to the President of the United States, who is deciding whether or not to allow this pipeline to go through. There's some concerns with naturalists, I guess they call them, about the pipeline leaking or them not taking care of it. But with TransCanada's 98.998% safety rate, they are one of the safest oil lines in the United States. They actually have oil lines already in the United States. But this oil line can reduce the United States import by 40%, which would save us money that we can spend on other things we decide to. It also creates jobs. Like I said before, there's 9,000 permanent jobs that will be held in 42,000 jobs that are direct and indirectly. It also brings in income to the states that's going through. It'll bring $486 million to the states and $99 million to the local communities that the pipeline runs through. And the total project cost that would be spent in America by TransCanada would be $5.3 billion. And it is estimated that there will be a $20 billion per year up to 2025 that this this pipeline will pump into the United States economic system. Like I said, there has been concerns about this pipeline before, and it is a very safe pipeline that I think we should all sign a letter to the President saying that we'd like him to. Thank you.